morning, YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. Actually cooled down outside a little bit. Yeah, look at my ghetto shirt. Some old shirts I had laying around, cut sleeves off. Today's project. I just can't sell this, even though it runs good. With all that calcium deposit in the radiator, head gasket is probably about to go bad down the road, and I just can't sell it like this. It's gonna look bad on me. So what I'm gonna do, pull everything out, flush that heater core, pull the head off, have it skimmed, do a valve job, whatnot, timing belt, everything else. So yep, that's the plan today. Take the head off, take the valves off, that way I can take it to the machine shop. I'm going on vacation for a week, so by the time I get back it should be done, so I can put it back. And yeah, that's the job for today. Okay, let me show you guys something. This right here from the factory is way too restricted. It's way smaller than the throttle body, and what I do usually is I enlarge this hole way bigger, so I put bigger pipe. This pipe is just way too small for this engine. This engine is starving from air, honestly. This factory throttle body is already too restrictive, and then plus you add this and cathode converter, this engine is just starving for air. So on mine, what I did is enlarge this hole, and I got the pipe coming, and I drilled a hole right here, so it's getting fresh air right from the front, right through that grill. So but trying to make this car stock original, so I'm gonna put it back the way it is, but it's just way too restrictive. I've done a lot of these engines, but if you're not sure, get a piece of tape or something, mark where each connector goes, because once you pull them out and when you put them back, you have a lot of connectors that are same and they'll fit. So this idle speed, just mark it somewhere in the back. almost there. We're getting there. Plan is today take the head off, take the valves off, and Monday morning drop it off at the machine shop. And before I leave, make sure I get the head back in time. When I get back, then cleaning and putting things back together. So yeah, got one more screw down there, one more bolt down there that I want to take off. Take this cover off. Got the cover off. Curious to see if this timing belt is actually original or has it been replaced. See any marks on it? So I'm guessing it's original. Oh, never mind. It's been replaced. Pirelli. Yep. It is. It's been replaced. But that tensioner bearing has never been replaced. I can tell you that right now. And my 36 socket, 30 mil socket for removing that pulley is down at my buddy's shop when I did his YUGO. So I'm just gonna cut this timing belt off and pull this head off. Oh yeah, that bearing is dry. It is dry. Now I gotta take the valve cover off, get to the bolts, pull the head off. Probably should take this hose off for heater core first. This next part, these lifters have shims. That's how you adjust the valves in these cars. But if you don't have shims, if you don't have access, make sure you mark and put them the back they were from the factory. So I usually just get a permanent marker and write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is number 1. Always timing belt starts number 1. Go this way. Mark them because you will need them. You'll make sure that they have to go back the way they were because these shims, they do come off. Let me show you. Sometimes they come off easy, sometimes they don't, but there you go. This one comes off. These shims have numbers. This is a 397. I don't know if you can zoom it in, but numbers usually go down and they sit just like that. So that's very important to do. And all these parts look pretty nice, clean. Low miles engine, of course. So yeah, I'm gonna go get my permanent marker, mark these down, and start taking this head off. I love how this car still has original spark plugs, and they were all good. So I think I'm gonna clean these up and put them back in, just because this is as original as you get. Okay, let's check this head gasket out and see how bad it really is. So, what I can tell, oh man, it's stuck on there. Better be sure than sorry later. Alright, next thing to do is clean all this up. Yeah, this is coolant passages, and there's no way of cleaning this without removing a head. So maybe down the road it would clog the passages in the head gasket and whatnot. As you can see, even flushing it would not take this out. So this way I know 100% everything is flushed and cleaned. Success.